Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
We begin tonight with the weather because you are looking at a lot of green right now on Exact Track 4D radar. Rain moving through Metro Detroit.
All right, and the rain is making for a soggy evening commute, too, as you take some live pictures from the lodge here. Things moving really slowly now. People stuck in traffic thanks to temperatures staying well above the freezing mark, though that rain is causing still some delays, it looks like, out there on the roadways.
Kind of an uncommute right now.
Yeah, really.
Not really going anywhere. The snow is finally falling up north. These are live pictures from Lake Leelanau or Traverse City. They're expecting several rounds of snow over the next couple of days.
As for here at home, our snow chances are still a few days away. Let's start things off, though, with Kim Adams. Kim, how long is the rain going to stick around?
The rain's going to stick around through most of the night, but then tomorrow morning we'll be back right around that freezing mark, so we're likely to see some snow mixing in tomorrow morning. 43 degrees right now in Detroit, 41 in Ann Arbor, upper 30s in Lapeer, and 41 in Monroe. Right now it is all rain across Metro Detroit. On the west side, there were some snow showers this morning. East side stayed mostly rain, and all of it washed away as we expected early this afternoon. 44 downtown, 42 in Mount Clemens, upper 30s in Pontiac, 43 at Metro, and 41 in Ann Arbor. Tomorrow, interesting setup. We'll have a few light snow showers in the morning tomorrow during the morning commute. Then we climb back into the mid to upper 30s, and we'll just be mostly cloudy through the rest of the day. And then another chance for light snow on Thursday before heavier snow arrives Friday night into Saturday. But taking center stage, aside from the snow, will be bitterly cold air that moves in for next week. These are highs, not lows. 33 Saturday, 22 Sunday, 17 Monday, and 11 degrees will be our high on Tuesday. And we could hit the 0 degree mark for the first time in 2 years next week. And we'll talk about that coming up.
Yeah. All right, Kim. Our other top story here at 5. Macomb County Sheriff's taking over the investigation tonight after police officers in Shelby Township shot a man early this morning.
Happened at a home on Utica Green, right near the intersection of Utica and Mound Roads. Rod Maloney is working this story for us tonight. Rod, talk to us about what led up to this.
Well, it was a domestic dispute, and I'll show you here. This is the Shelby Oaks apartment complex, and this entire area was cordoned off for most of the day. Officers in that field over there trying to find evidence. What we do know is that the man that was shot in this incident did survive. Macomb County Sheriff's Department now looking into it. The early morning quiet shattered in Shelby Township, leaving young mother Kirsten Pauser deeply concerned.
This morning, I just kind of woke up out of the blue, and obviously I saw the police lights, and then I heard yelling, and then I heard what I thought was gunshots, and I was like, holy crap, was that gunshots?
Yes, a lot of them, and that apparently was only the beginning. Police sources telling Local 4 earlier, a domestic incident between a mother and son flared up. The son allegedly stabbing his mother. She fled to safety at a local shopping center where she called 911. When officers arrived at the apartment complex, they ended up confronted by the knife-wielding suspect. The department saying the man refused orders to drop the knife, and when he refused, he lunged at officers, and they opened fire. The roughly 24 evidence markers showing where the shell casings landed, and officers spent much of the morning looking for more evidence related to the case in the grass area next to the complex. The man ended up struck by at least one bullet. Officers reportedly offering him first aid, and an ambulance took him to the hospital. No officers were hurt in this altercation, and now it's up to the Macomb County Sheriff's Office to determine whether the shooting followed department policy. For Kirsten Pauser, she's left hoping this doesn't happen again anytime soon.
It's scary. It's definitely scary to have, little kids and have stuff like that happen around here.
Of course, there was the mother involved in this. We're told that she was treated by EMS at that place where she called 911, and apparently she's going to be okay. Certainly more to be heard in this case in the days to come. Reporting live in Shelby Township, Rod Maloney.
Yeah. Okay, Rod, thank you.
A lot of tired folks today after an incredible win by the Wolverines last night in the College Football National Championship.
Wolverines fans might be tired, but ask any of them, they'll say this was totally worth it. Bernie is back from Houston after a late night following the Wolverines.
It ended up being a commanding win, though it wasn't that way for the entire game, but boy, it really wore them down.
Early on, it was a runaway. I mean, to be honest about it. But in the middle of the game, it kind of became a decent game, but that quickly turned into a rout. Michigan wins their first national title since 1997, and back then they split it with Nebraska. We've got highlights of the Wolverines celebrating in Houston last night. They win it 34-13, sagged a bit in the middle, but a hot start and a hot finish brought home the trophy. Running back Blake Corum says Michigan will not rest on what they did this year. He says they're going to win it all again next year.
I definitely think the guys will run it back. You know, they know what it takes. They know what it's like. And something, you know, Coach Harbaugh always says is don't get a big head. And none of the guys on the team will have a big head after this win. Obviously, we'll enjoy the moment right now, but, you know, the guys will be ready to go back to work.
All right. By the way, Blake Corum is a senior, so he's gone. He's not coming back to play. And we don't know about Jim Harbaugh, but for this season, they are the national champions. I just want to say the noise level, the energy, everything in that building was out of control. Outside, the weather could not have been worse. There was a tornado watch. There was a monsoon coming through. But everybody in that building was just on cloud nine.
We get jaded about a lot of things. To be on the field at a moment like that, pretty thrilling, right?
Pretty amazing, yeah. And I chatted with Jim Harbaugh afterwards, too, and he's just so funny. I mean, I just find him so amusing. I can't remember where we're showing that later at 5 or at 6, but we're going to have it for you coming up. Yeah, he really is. He's just really fun.
Yeah, great job, Bernie.
Thanks. Terrific.
All right, well, there's no question about it. NRG Stadium was full of maize and blue last night.
We could hear them singing along to Mr. Brightside there at a pretty crucial moment in the game. So now they're headed back home following that big win in Houston. Pamela Osborne is at Metro Airport catching up with the fans, making their way back after, I imagine a bunch of them haven't even been to bed, Pam.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's incredible. Everybody here is so excited. I mean, we have gray skies. It's been raining here all day long, but the fans that we've seen coming back home, walking through these doors here at Detroit Metro Airport, they are absolutely thrilled, still buzzing from last night's win.
I can't even explain it. It was just amazing.
Michigan alum Noreen Mullen and her family are back in town after witnessing the perfect ending to the perfect season. It wasn't her first championship game.
I was there in '97 when they won, and being there with my family this time made it that much more special.
The four of them were there as Michigan became the first Big Ten team ever to go 15-0.
I had never had one of my teams go to the national championship, so it's just really exciting for me.
Keen Williams is a current Michigan student from out of state.
Just the energy in that stadium was freaking amazing.
He saw the celebrations that erupted on campus in Ann Arbor last night, and yeah, if you could ever be two places at once, he says he would have. The memories will last a lifetime, and for these fans, it's about family as much as it is about football.
And something that my brother and I will get to reflect on when we have our kids and we bring them to the games. It's really exciting.
Exciting indeed. Hey, I do have to tell you, there was one charter plane that was significantly delayed coming in. The Michigan football team, they're going to be arriving sometime around about after 7:30 tonight. And when they do, you better believe they're going to be driving those buses through campus. They're inviting everyone to come down and attend and get a look. Jacqueline Francis is headed there for us this evening. We're going to be streaming all of that live on Local 4 Plus. So if you don't have the app already, make sure you take a look at that. You'll get the alert as soon as that stuff gets underway. And also the plans for the big parade, because that's what fans want to know and want to do next. Those details will be announced tomorrow around 10 a.m. For now, reporting live at Detroit Metro, I'm Pamela Osborne, Local 4.
So great. All right, Pam, by the way, before that, we just mentioned what's coming up later. How about this? A behind-the-scenes look at the celebration on the field. There was plenty of that. You can watch all of Bernie and Hobie Artique's post-game interviews streaming tonight at 7 p.m., and then you can watch it anytime on demand under the new releases tab on Local 4 Plus.
All right, we turn now to devastating new information. We're learning into a deadly Wrongway crash on I-696.
It's just horrendous. We've now learned the two people killed were parents to 6 children. We bring in Victor Williams live tonight. Victor, the community working really hard right now to rally around this family.
Yeah, that's right. They're raising money as much as they can for these kids. It's just so heartbreaking to know that they'll never see their parents again.
We are all shocked by this news, and I thought it was so sad, very, very sad, the saddest news I've ever heard.
Every Sunday, Noriko Ernst plays the piano for Mass at Our Lady Sorrows Catholic Church, and every Sunday she sees Jen and Ryan Ambrosio along with their half a dozen kids.
Wonderful people with the 6 children, tiny ones from 9 to 2, come one by one like ducklings coming in.
Sadly, she'll never forget the moment she learned of Jen and Ryan's death.
I was so shocked. I couldn't think. I was actually trying to just compose myself because I had to play for Mass. And after the Mass, kind of start thinking, oh my goodness, I'm not going to see them anymore.
Jen and Ryan were both killed in a head-on collision on the Lodge Freeway involving a Wrongway driver. The driver of the other vehicle was believed to have been trying to get away from police when they say he turned off his lights, driving in the wrong direction of travel, killing the couple while they were returning from date night.
Jen and Ryan are such a gentle, very unassuming, patient, just goodness, everything.
She's so heartbroken now knowing that the family has been torn apart.
They've been a wonderful model for the entire church family.
Now, the driver of the other vehicle has been identified as a 29-year-old who is in custody at this point in time. The funeral for Jen and Ryan will be this weekend. Victor Williams, Local 4.
Just awful.
So awful indeed. All right, Victor.